Hi, how's it going? I'm Marlene, and thanks for meandering, wandering, stopping by. I have just started a YouTube channel, and well, a couple of things about me and what led me here. I love poetry. I'm a poet, and I love the tarot. And I have been lurking around YouTube for a year, maybe a little over a year now. And I have fallen in love with everything tarot, with everybody talking about the tarot. And I knew I wanted to be a part of that conversation. And I didn't know how, when, how I was going to become a part of this tarot conversation, but I knew I wanted to be involved. And slowly but surely, I came to this point where I felt like I got things to say. And so here I am. So yeah, this channel may be about tarot and poetry exclusively apart from each other, or how they overlap and combine. It might veer off and be something else entirely, who knows. But today, what I wanted to do is I wanted to share sort of what I've been doing kind of for the last year, and then what led me to want to finally say something. So I feel like I have really created and learned about how we tarot. So I've learned my original system that I learned from is the Rider-Waite-Smith. But I've learned how we tarot. So I've been paying lots and lots of attention to those other folks on YouTube and in, other social media circles, how they tarot. And also, and how I tarot then, inspired by that, like how you shuffle and what you do and spreads and, your how to create a tarot practice and when we tarot and all that kind of stuff. And also the other big thing that I've been paying attention to about the tarot is what we tarot with. And so I've amassed, so basically the tool itself, the decks. And I have been paying lots and lots, and still love to pay lots and lots of attention to deck creation, decks that are out there, old decks, new decks, vintage decks, I mean, you name it. And it's been lovely. I love it. It's part of the way that I learn, but that's another video. What I wanted to say is that in all of that, in all of the practice of it, figuring out how to do it, learning how to do it, and then being kind of obsessed with what I tarot with, which decks and things, I came to realize that I wanted to return to the source of what brought me here in the first place and why I tarot. So what I want to do in this video is tell you why I tarot, and give you my top reasons why. Maybe it'll become a hashtag. I don't even know how to hashtag yet. We'll see if I can even get there. But I want to share with you why I tarot, because I think it's important to the conversation. I feel like it's what I can add as a fairly new bee to the tarot tubes and to tarot in general. What I can add to the conversation is to explain to you why I tarot, and then maybe it'll inspire you to talk about why you tarot, or to think about it in general, why you tarot. And so I'm maybe editing, splicing things together. But I want to also show you a deck that sort of, illustrates how, illustrates that point. So like, I'm going to give you my reason why I tarot, and then show you a deck that illustrates that for me. So then you can see, and it's always fun to look at decks, but yeah. So we're gonna start with my number one reason. Well, I mean, I guess these aren't in any particular order, but they just came out this way. So let's start with reason number one. I mean, it's reason number one on the page, not necessarily reason number one in order. One of the reasons why I tarot is because I want to understand myself better. I want to be able to speak to myself. I want to get to know myself. I want to learn more about myself. And, personal growth and development. But I can tell you just a little bit about me. I'm a Gemini, so this might be why it's hard for me to understand myself, because I'm dualistic or have way too many personalities or something. But I'm learning that about myself as well. In any case, I am the sort of person that, so say when you're hanging out with your friends or family or a group of people, and you play that game where you assign who you are, like from a TV show or a movie or something like that. And everybody's like, I'll just, date myself here and use like Sex and the City as an example, but like, oh, I'm a Carrie, I'm a Miranda, or something like that, I just align with this personality type. And there are people in my life always, or it seems to me, because I feel like the odd one out, that understand, like they know themselves. It's like they feel like they solidly can say, I'm this person. This is my, personality type. And I've always, whenever I've been in that type of conversation, I've always been like, who am I? What am I? And then I'd ask my friends to help define myself for me. And I'm middle-aged now, and I kind of, really need to want to figure that out for myself. And so the tarot has become an amazing tool to help me do that, to help me speak to my unconscious or subconscious or whatever you want to call it. And so I have a deck that I wanted to show you that kind of illustrates this point for me, because when I tarot, I talk to myself out loud, and this was the first deck that I started doing that with. So this is the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, and oh my gosh, I'm not going to be that person that knows the names of creators or anything. So sorry. I mean, you guys have Google. Sorry. No, I'm just going to show you cards and talk about myself. So this is the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. And it is, I don't know if I would say it's attractive to me because of the artwork, or the colors or anything. It's this very weird, alien world with these strange, humans, alien type characters throughout it. And for whatever reason, this deck allowed me to get into this, headspace where I could talk to myself and begin to understand myself better. I don't know why this deck did that for me. It just did. As soon as I laid the cards down, I guess I was working because it's sparse, because of the color choices aren't necessarily lined up with the elements. I don't know, because it was like this like riddle maybe. And I mean, you can look at all of the tarot like that, right? The mystery, the secret. But I started like it opened up a door for a conversation with myself and gave me insight into myself. It was really, I mean, you know, it really just allowed me to figure out what was going on underneath the surface in this strange alien place. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. Because there's like, I mean, you know, there's the Rider-Waite-Smith influence on the deck, and then there's the, you're trying to, there's these shadows and this, like the thing with the color, and you're trying to just figure out what is going on there and layer that with the meaning. Like, look at this Lover's card. Talk about the Gemini card and dealing with yourself. But yeah, I wanted to, and I've been able to do that. I, you know, would often, and I don't know, with this deck, I used larger spreads. Like, I would pull out more cards and take a look at them. Like, the swords are so bizarre. You know, it's like lion and woman floating in space somewhere. And it like forced me to unlock, like, first of all, what's going on in the card, and then what does that mean to me? And then it gave me that chance to talk to myself. And this was the first deck that let me do that. Well, I mean, I've learned, you know, with the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Centennial, but it was this deck. Oh my God, look at the perspective in this one. That seedling coming through that pentacle. It, you know, oh, like, see, like, there's these weird mannequin figures. Like, what is going on? And it really is, I mean, weird. And so it let me get weird in my own, you know, like with my own, like, subconscious, like talking to myself, and finding out, you know, what is it that I, you know, can help define myself as. What do I really want, you know? And these strange, look at the bubbles. It's this strange land, and this Queen of Swords. In the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, I won't show you the entire deck, but it took me there. Show you some. Oh, this is my favorite card ever in this deck. Well, maybe my favorite Judgment card, Awakening, ever. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I tarot is because I want to know myself and be able to define myself and have, like, stand solidly on my beliefs and who I think I am, and, you know, diving into this, you know, this particular alien world, after having learned the tarot meanings, like, helped me unlock that. And it's still a process, you know, that I'm working with. So yeah, so that is reason number one why I tarot. To get to know, to understand myself, and the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum has been one of my favorite tools in order to do that.